All right, baby. So the last time that we created a video together, oh man, in between now and then, you've spent 2 years in Japan, and I became a
Yep.
dad.
That's
Look at us
congratulations.
now. Who would have thought?
Hey, man. Hey, I mean, I think you thought you would have been a father a lot more than I'm thinking I'm going to Japan. But I think both of them are both are complete blessings and are life
Big time.
changing life changing events in both retrospects. Yours forever. You got that's a forever thing, forever physically, mentally. Mine is forever, kind of just mentally now. But yeah, that's kids and experiences.
Dude, no, thank you, man. Isn't that wild though when you think about it? Just in like a short period of time, man. Like you literally spent 2 years in Japan. We popped out a
Yeah.
kid. Man, time just flies so fast. And I remember the
Oh
very
man.
first time that we had crossed paths. I think it was around 2014, 2015 at Yankee Stadium. And obviously, like
Hmm.
I knew about you. I remember you had like the cool swingman cleats, and I was like, man, I just gotta let him know that those are some of the sharpest kicks I've ever seen in person. And then it wasn't until we formally got introduced through Eric, our boy Eric
Yeah.
over at Bat, who's doing great things. And yeah, man,
Terrific.
that's when we made that video. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. I think that's what the sport, again, it's always that it's behind a little bit because people want it to be corporate, people want it because it's a day-to-day job, so people want it to be blue collar where you just show up to work, play the game. But I mean, these guys, again, you have guys coming across the entire world with all kind of personalities. Everybody is of different personalities. Like, who would think Tommy Hunter can do a 360? Not many people can think that. Well, he can, but I think stop asking questions just like, oh, well, how was the game tonight? Well, damn it, we know how the game was tonight. You seen it,
Yeah.
okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I think like the pregame shows, more pregame interviews, because that's when the player is the loosest, the funnest. And, I think that they need to incorporate something like that because these players are funny, they're charismatic. And only time you really get to see that kind of side is if you follow their own personal social medias. And
Hmm.
well, their own personal social medias is not making, I guess, you money or them money, the group's money, the business's money. So if the business was able to just get involved with that and be like, look at, create segments and create shows where like, it was 30 seconds, like Intentional Talk does a 30-second segment on their shows, but they don't get a player every single day. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
media at the ballpark. There's media at the ballpark every single day. There's something, there could be a 30-second thing. It could be a minute thing. That's not long in the retrospect in the grand scheme of things, especially when you get the younger guys, people, that, people don't know them. You can get, hey, what's your three favorite foods? Bam. Three favorite things to do outside of baseball. Like, oh, well, you're a great bunter. Y'all, what are you thinking about when you're trying to steal second?
Yeah.
I
I
just,
also think it takes a special type of person or a certain type of person because like we're super laid back, like me and you. Like we know how to have fun, like just like chill, shoot the shit. Like we don't like I don't even realize when we press record. You know what I mean? Because it's just
right.
like chilling, hanging out, and stuff like that. But dude, you're right 1,000%. That's why we need more of
Yeah,
you in baseball, and like the fact that you're still involved in baseball, and who knows what's going to happen from here on out.
right.
Yeah, I'm totally on the same page as you. And this is actually going to be the only time where I'm going to mention anything about any of your stats, your batting stance or anything. But dude, 5-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove Award winner, and you got a hit in every single ballpark. And you just
That's
always
cool.
hustle, dude. Yeah, dude. Isn't that pretty sweet,
Yeah.
man? That's pretty wild, man. Cheers to
That's
that,
cool. Yeah,
baby.
I appreciate it. I got water. It's early, but I don't know
Same.
what's in that. It's,
We'll switch it up later.
yeah, this could be a lot of things, of course.
Yeah.
But man, I just played the game hard, man. It wasn't a secret. I just played the game hard from an early age, and especially when I got into pro ball. I had guys like Willie Bloomquist on my ass when I first got to the minor leagues, and it just transpired to just playing hard. It's like that's all I can do. I mean, I guess that's what I can control. I can control that. I can control my emotions. I can't control the result. I can hit a ball as hard as you can hit it, and somebody catches it. I can hit a ball off my knuckles, and it's a base hit. So in between all of that, you just have to like ride it out. And again, there's going to be frustration and anger, and then dropping your head, kicking stuff, and throwing stuff. That's part of sports and frustration. I mean, people do that playing video games. I mean, you see people breaking their $2,000 TV because their team lost, sitting on their couch. Now that's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now,
big
that's
time.
stupid. Now you do something like that, you a jack. You're a full fledged jackass. Um, I mean, unless you got your whole house riding on it, then hell, everything is going anyway. Uh,
Yeah.
but like I just I tried to play hard from the early stage. I tried to always make an impression that I never tried to give them an excuse that like, well, he ain't playing hard. And it was a moment I'll never forget it. There's actually two moments. 2007, I think it was like 2007, I think. But I just got called back up with the Mariners, and 3-1 count, absolutely smoke a ball. Kinsler, one hop to him, catches it, and I hit the ball. As soon as you hit the ball, I knew I was out. One hop to him, and I just jogged down the line, and I get back to the clubhouse, and Greg Dobbs and Willie Bloomquist are just chewing me out, and I'm like, oh shit, like, oh, oh yes sir. Like there was no rebuttal for me. Like what the hell am I gonna say? Like okay, yes, yeah, you're right, yeah, you're right. So I'm sitting in center field, just like, shit, I ain't gonna let that happen again. So I mean, hey, anything. I just ran, and then in Baltimore, there was another play where I think Showalter just got our managing job, and we were ass. And it was something. I hit a ball, it was a double play ball, and I mean, I crushed the ball. I seen the play in front of me. I seen the guy throwing the ball to the first baseman. I mean, I'm out. I'm out by steps, a lot of steps, and I see the guy drop it. I mean, I'm not hustling, but the guy drops it, but he's able to pick it up. If I was hustling, I would have still been out. But it's not that. The part was if I was hustling. After the game, Buck called me in his office. He's like, "Look, you got too much talent for me to see that shit." And I was like, "All right, message delivered." And then that's why you see the next 8 years me running to all them damn walls, looking like a damn fool, trying to catch every ball because it was a statement my old coach Mike Golf had. He said, "If it hits the grass, that's your ass." When I first moved to the outfield, so if you see me trying to dive and catch all them balls all them years, it's because in the back of my head, it was when that ball was hit. If it don't hit off the wall or the warning track, I gotta catch it, unless it's an absolute rocket. But I gotta catch it. And that was always my mentality. And yeah, if the guy hits the ball off the wall, shit, that ain't my fault. But if the ball stays in the air long enough, I should be able to get there. And that was always my intentions and my philosophy. And just playing the game hard, breaking up double plays until they ban that, taking out catchers until they ban that. But you can control playing the game hard, taking extra 90 feet, scoring on base hits. I took pride in all that kind of stuff, and that was just from hustling and looking around, knowing knowing where outfielders are. I'm like, okay, look, Davis is hitting. Well, the outfielders might be deeper, so if he hits a single, I should easily score. You got different hitters in the lineup that I was on base for, so it was learning where the outfielders are playing, and hustling. Shit, just hustle. If you hustle, a lot of things can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, yo, even when you were a kid, taking it back to like childhood, dude, you used to sell candy. You used to go around the neighborhood selling candy,
Yep.
hustling, man. Like it
I had
started
to
there.
hustle. I mean, because the more houses you get, the more opportunity you're gonna get to sell out. You're gonna get told no. I mean, I got told no 90% of the day, but that 10% I won. 10% of was it 10% of these companies when they want to do their marketing, what do they look at? If you can get 10% growth, when the Kim Kardashian tweets, what is it? 10% of the responses are good. Here you go, millions of dollars just for tweets because of a 10%. So, 10% return on your investment. That's pretty freaking sizable. So hey, I looked at that and I ran with it. I didn't take the nose as like, oh man, they just don't like me. It's like, no, okay, there's a different opportunity. Next house, boom, keep going. Next house, keep going. Next house, oh, this house right here, I can get 2 or 3 out of this house. Okay, well then, but just keep going. And once I'm done, hell, I'm done.
And all it takes is one yes.
All it takes is one yes. And once I got that yes, I would try, you want 2? And then, it depends. I felt I was never a greedy kid, so I would never harp like, hey, get 2 of them. It's like, you want 1? Okay, appreciate it. You know what I mean? I got a whole other selection. I got mouth work, you know what I mean? It's a little mouthpiece on me. So I'm like, look it, I'm asking them, do they want one, without asking them, do they want one, without telling them that they're about to buy another one. And that was just, but again, that turned into me having some money so that I had it in my pocket so I could pay for small things, give friends gas money, give friends, pay for some things when I'm on tournaments. I couldn't afford the 500, 600, or $1,000 tournaments, but if we went on a tournament, I was able to have, $100 on me, $60 on me to be able to, okay, I got my food this time. You don't have to cover me on everything. So, and that turned into playing ball. And then, like, hell, I don't want to be in the minors. I eat that food. That shit's disgusting. I don't want to be down there. I see the big leagues. I see the food they eat. I see the spread. A big league camp. All that stuff. It was inspiration to get there, and it all came boiled down because I played hard. Again, health. I was healthy. Knock on wood. I put up good numbers, but the hustling part made the coaches see that this guy was for real, opposed to, well, he's a first rounder, he got money. Okay, well, no, it's like I was first rounder. Then Willie Boonkus is like, you're a first rounder. Who gives a shit what you are? I'm a second rounder. I got just as much as you in the draft. Congratulations. Let's work. And it's like, well, shit, okay. And my mentor, Mark McLemore, same thing. Work. You want to get to the big league? 19-year career. You want to get to the big leagues? You want to have a career like me? I went to his house when I was 18, 19 years old. I'm like, what this looks like a church. And I'm like, he's like, you want this lifestyle, you want this work. Like, it don't come from just like, oh, well, I got talent, I got a first. He's like, the money you got in your draft, that ain't buying you shit. That's, at the end of the day, you might end up in an apartment down the street. Work. You want work and hustle. And I think that those are two things that I did. I swung at shit that I shouldn't have swung at. Call me aggressive. Oh well. But I hustled. Can't say I didn't hustle.
No, for sure. And dude, you even made the most out of everything that you had. I mean, you had a Spalding glove that had a hole in it. Tell everybody what you did in your backyard just to get swings in, because there's so many people out there, if they want to go after their goal, if they're thinking that they can't do something because they don't have the resources, because they don't have the money, because they don't have, they come up with all these excuses. Dude,
Right.
you are not making any excuses in your backyard.
No, no. I mean, again, I had access. I grew up in San Diego, so that alone helped me more than a lot of people on the East Coast. Just because, I mean, about over 300 days a year, I can go outside and play catch. If it's raining a little bit, I still can go play catch. If it's 20 degrees in the Northeast, yeah, you sit inside and work on your footwork with your soccer ball, your lacrosse stick. I get that. But I was able to just go out and throw the ball against the wall. And my stepdad bought me one of those nets that has the strike zone in it, and if you miss it, it just bounce back. So I was able to get some baseballs and stuff like that, and just I was able to throw the ball in there, work on my pitching, work on my location, and I had a wall behind it so I can move it and work on ground balls. And I think it's those little things. And again, I annoyed my parents, annoyed the hell out of them. Like, you used to stop, all that annoying. But that's the work that you need to do, as a parent now. And as I see how this AAU and all this youth sports stuff is just going absolutely bonkers, I'm like, I see what I did have to do, but I'm not gonna force my kid out. A lot of these parents push their kids so hard for this. I'm like, I want my kids to be well-rounded. That's why, again, like, Japan was so big because obviously baseball's big there, but it's being international. It's being around kids that like soccer. One of my son's best friends, he's a figure skater. Well, yeah,
Wow. That's pretty
his
cool. It's
and
different.
it's crazy. It's crazy because the story is his dad is from Canada and obviously hockey, and the mom is Japanese, so he was there out of town. I guess miscommunication. He said something about hockey and this time and this date, and that date had the figure skating, and now he's been figure skating for 5 years. It is like amazing, and he does hip hop dance. And like, I don't know no figure skaters. My son has a figure skating friend. My son's friends are from Brazil and from Argentina, from France, from Belgium. Like, these are like those kind of things are just bigger than like, oh well, actually my kid better play sports. Like, no, I mean, it's like, if you want to play sports, cool. I'm gonna push you for it if you want to do it. We're gonna work. If you want to do it, we're gonna work. But if you have other interests, that's really cool to me too. I don't care if you play sports. I can give a damn if you play sports. I hope you figure out a cure for cancer, by God. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, a lot of parents push their kids so much towards sports. I just tell them, if you're gonna play, just play hard. Like you're gonna miss the ball, you're gonna make errors. You're about to be 8-6. You're gonna miss. You're gonna make all kind of mistakes. But if you can just play hard, go. If you miss it, go hustle after it, throw it back in, swing, miss. Just play hard. And those dudes do a great job of that in the sports that they play. So that's kind of all my message to my kids is, and to anybody. Just don't try to force things. Just play hard and just have some fun.
That's a great approach, and even just the support system in general. I know you mentioned Mark McLemore. He's one of your mentors, and you
Hmm.
guys had actually first kind of came in touch with each other the day that you had gotten drafted. Now, when you got drafted in 2013 or 2003, it's much more different than it is now. Now people have
Oh, for
parties, they
sure.
go to the MLB Network. Dude, you were sitting in class, and
Of
the
course.
chance that you actually got the chance to talk to Mark McLemore, that was pretty crazy how your teacher hooked that up.
Oh, that was sick. And I'm sitting in class, and she's like, "Yeah, I got something for you." She's like, I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna call Mark for you." And she pulled me outside and just called him. And I'm like, "What's going on?" And then the crazy part, we met up because I was going to the All American game, the festive, the event, all that in in New Jersey. Well, it was New York and New Jersey or Brooklyn, and at the time, but we were staying down the street from the Mariners were playing the Mets interleague play at the time. So we were there and at the same time. And he took me out to dinner at this sick Italian restaurant. And I just felt like just big league. I didn't have the clothes for this. I didn't have nothing for this. I don't know. I don't know how or what I wore, but whatever I
Were you
took, I
right?
know I took
What
the.
about the jean
I took.
shorts and the
I
oversized polo? I've seen that
not
the
not that.
throwback.
Oh, that was over. That was when I got some money. So that was like Pele when I was in like A ball up in Green Bay. Now that was yeah. That's when all the minor leaguers. Smartest thing the minor leaguers, smart guys do is when you just go to Foot Locker and you just get like 5 of those polo shirts. It's like 5 for 20 back in the day. You're gonna get
Yeah.
5 and just wear them out, wash them, wear them out, wash them. Go get 10, and then So I used to rock those, and then obviously you get different colors. I thought I had some swag, you know what I mean, back in the day.
Yeah, I think we all did. Yo, but actually, not even gonna lie, part of me was kind of hoping that you're gonna show up in a Cattell Marte type dress up theme outfit today. You rocked that pretty well, or the Canadian tux.
Oh man, that was one of my funnest years because I wasn't the focal point of anything. After any animosity or any games or situations, losing streaks or anything, I wasn't the guy they came to. They go to Grinky, they go to Peralta, they go to Ahmed, they go to Marte. And I just be sitting there as like, hmm, interesting. But that year was so fun because the organization just had so many, just like just obviously loose back rules, great guys, and just it's overall really good people. And just they were so down and relaxed, and they had so many different trips planned and so many different themes. And I thought that was cool. That's team camaraderie. That look, if we're going to Miami, so you get Miami themed clothes. We're going to Texas themed clothes. We're going to Toronto. Let's all get in Canadian tuxedos and stuff like that. And I always thought that was really really cool because that just brings the team together and just be like makes everybody, you know, just again just have that camaraderie and like look, we all again on the field we all are grinding for this goal, but outside the field a little bit too. We need to have this sort of camaraderie because you know we're together more than your own family. Even on the road, we're together too. So you need this sort of camaraderie, and it was a really good year. And when I seen that, and how the guys meshed that way.
Oh yeah, no, it made for some really cool photos. Even the you said the Miami trip, that picture that you
Hmm.
have in the tunnel, man, that was pretty fresh. And so you think about that because that was the most recent year that you had played with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then even going back to 2006 when you came up with the Mariners, and you said before that your made it moment was when you were in a video game. So, dude, like
Hmm.
that's crazy, man. You were such a young dude. I mean, what, like 20 years old or something like that?
Hmm.
And at the same time, you're walking the Yankee Stadium, playing Derek Jeter. I know you were number 25 at the very
Yeah.
beginning, but like that "Mama, I made it" moment was the video game.
Oh man, I'm like, dude, I'm what? Huh? And what's crazy is that throughout the years, I stopped playing baseball video games once I got into them, and I used to love it. I used to love Triple Play 2005. I used to love all those games, and I kind of stopped playing it once I got in the game. And my brothers and stuff like that, and cousins and friends, they play it all the time. Like, oh man, you doing this and doing that. I'm like, I don't know. I just stopped playing baseball games, and it. I've really stopped playing video games overall. Now my son is starting to pick him up, and he's really good now. I'm like, damn, I don't want to get him started.
Yo, well, has he played MVP baseball back in the day when you were in it, or any of the
No,
more recent MLB the shows?
no, we need to get him one. I need to get him one.
Dude, that would be sick.
Yeah, I need to get him one so he can play with me.
Yeah, you got to give him one of the more recent years where the power, the overall's a little bit higher, so he can't come
Yeah.
talking smack to you.
I'm like, hey man, Jake, what happened? I'm gonna get him like a 2000. I'm trying to get him like 2000, like a 9. Power's like 47. Like, who's this dude?
Yeah. Well, dude, one thing that I love about you, and we kind of talked about it before, is just you just show your personality all the time. In my opinion, when it comes to baseball and social media, so the NFL, I think Ocho Cinco put players on the map in social media. In hockey, Paul Biznasty, and in baseball, in my opinion, I think it was you. And you just brought so much personality and just so much fun. It was awesome to see, and I think you really opened up a lot of doors for a lot of players. And even more importantly, on the field, think about the cleats. And I think it was, what was it, 2012? You had 4 different pairs of cleats banned.
11 and 12.
11 and 12. All right, so 4.
Yeah. Then I got the hint and stopped making them
Yeah,
like that. But then that changed. That
and
made them
now
change the
look.
rule. Yeah. Now kids can do whatever they can do whatever they want to do because I tested the rules and I lost, but I won.
Oh, for sure. So those are 2 things right there that you just, I think, were a huge pioneer in, and between the cleats and just kind of showing that personality, which
Yeah.
I know we were talking about
But
before we were recording. Baseball could definitely use a lot more of that. But
yeah.
that's so cool that you were so ahead of the game.
I mean, I just try to use my personality because I think that just is what it is. It's just me, and it's the game. And I just think that, am I the first one to have personality in the game? Hell no. But it's just like now I'm the with the wave of social media again. Ocho Cinco uses social media. All these users using social media to get their own platform out. Look at Marcus Stroman. I think Marcus Stroman is one of the top right now in all of social media and what he puts out. And he just put out some YouTube content. He got his YouTube channel, podcasts and stuff like that, and like he's all well thought out because he's looking at this as obviously his main focus. One is obviously pitching, and he gives that his focus. But outside the other hours, because what are you doing to spend 24 hours playing baseball and hustling baseball all day? No, he spends his regiment, his baseball work. After that, he's like, I'm living my life. I'm showing my life, and he's has so many cool ventures that he's doing when it comes to music and real estate, traveling, wine. Like, is that what you want to see out of your athletes? I think I do. I want to see these dudes be normal people.
Hell
So what?
yeah.
Only The Rock, only Kevin Hart, only them can have tequila and only them can have wines during their careers. Only no, why? Dwayne Wade has it, but I mean, I think he had it towards the end of his career. But like, why? I mean, again, these are all ventures that come to us as as towards the end of during your career. Did he have these ventures at the beginning? Who knows? But look at LeBron. I mean, that's obviously the number one guy who everybody wants to. He has his hand in all the cookie jars, and obviously, but again, our main focus is always on our sport. But we have other interests. And that's what I think the fans need to understand too. Is like, okay, I was 0 for 4 tonight. I missed the game-winning shot. I didn't catch that ball. I threw the interception, pick 6. I missed the kick. Damn, I'm sorry. But okay, the game's over with. Ain't shit I can do. I'm about to go fish, hunt, look at my real estate, look at go on my boat. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to. They have to understand. You have to be able to separate. And I remember fans in social media, and like I was trying to do things, and they're like, "Oh, why aren't you in the batting cage?" It's 8 o'clock at night. Damn, I was there 8 o'clock in the morning. Like it's 8 o'clock at night. Like, oh, you should be. You always do. So why ain't you in the cage? I just left it. No, go back. I do. I've heard everything, and it's just like you have to take it with a grain of salt. They told me to go back. I'm like, So it's just like you have to take everything with a grain of salt. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, through that, you have to show your personality. Again, mine is, I think, me is kind of minor. And again, I played in a smaller market. So, if I played in a bigger market, every little thing I would have done would have been bigger. And I always talk about, I talk about friends about markets. I say with Robinson Cano, he was one of the biggest stars with the Yankees. And when he went 0 for 4, 1 for 4, anything, it was on the ticker because Yankees things are always on the ticker. Anything, or they show the highlight of his 0 for 4 or 1 for 4 or anything, something like that. When he went to Seattle,
No, no, no. Yeah. No, not quiet. Yeah.
like I mean,
Unless
that's
there's a
Mark.
home run or a grand slam being hit. 2 home runs.
Exactly, exactly. No one gave a damn. Even if okay, if he had an RBI single on the first, so if it was a game-winning hit, okay, they showed on Sports Center at at the minute 56. It's the last highlight. If it was the Yankees, it might lead Sports Center. It could have been a bloop hit in the first inning. It might lead Sports Center just because.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like these markets are different. And I think if I played in a different market, I would have probably had more of this and more of that. But I think I brought a market that was just low. I brought them to the light. And I think that is
Oh, for
even
sure.
cooler because people always say, oh, I ain't coming to Baltimore. I ain't coming to Baltimore. Good, because when you come to Baltimore, we're going to beat y'all ass. That's
Yeah.
and that, like, but seriously, that was our like through them years when Buck came out there and our players, myself, Marquez, Weeders, Hardy, Tillman, Britton, and I mean Machado, Scope, Trumbo, Cruz, I mean Davis. The list goes on and on about Flaherty, about people that once we all like kind of matured into ourselves. We're all different ages, but we matured into ourselves at the right time. And when people came into Baltimore, we beat people's ass. Like we led them over that span, 5-year span. We led in wins. We were top 5 in home runs. We're also top 5 in strikeouts. I mean, you got to take the good. You got to take the good
Yeah.
with the bad. You got to take the
And
good with
now
the
that
bad.
that's normal.
It's normal now. Back then, they're like, I don't care.
Yeah, dude, great point because like when you first started there, say there's 8,000 fans at the game and then at any game, but then the Yankees come and the Red Sox come and it's 30,000. No matter what, you were always playing hard and eventually, yeah, you guys made Camden Yards, Camden Yards. You guys made it yours. You're crushing it. And like you said, you put Baltimore more on the map. So in 2012 when you guys were struggling and then you ended up saying stay hungry and then you guys went on a crazy run, got to the division series and so that took such a liking with the fans on the baseball side of things, and then it turned into this huge social media thing where there's just hashtag everything stay hungry turned into food.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you totally
Pies,
revamped it, man. It was crazy.
exactly. Then you had them pies involved with it, and it turned into it turned into a phenomenon, and everybody in the stadium they would wait until I came, like these young dudes getting these young dudes getting the Jason Birkins and the Tillmans and all these young dudes. I remember them getting all their first hits, home runs, first wins, their parents in the stands and all kind of stuff. And I just come out and whack. Though it's a yummy pie, but I'm like, dude, there's so many people that sent me pictures throughout the years of their kids. I mean, obviously the players of just those just pictures, those images. And I'm sure most of those people who I pied probably have that picture framed at some point in time in their house, or if their mother doesn't have or somebody, because like that's an important moment in their life. Like I have my first, I got my first, I think my first hit picture. Somebody, I have a picture of it. Like those are things that like you keep and like to be a part of that, to be a part of so many other people's careers. Like I made plays that got other people out of jams that, they're probably on the mound sitting there that's like, huh, oh, damn, if I don't make this pitch, Buck's going to he's going to release me out of the organization and beat my ass. Oh, man. And not just myself, but, Machado, Hardy, our whole defense, because we played phenomenal defense for a long time also. But our defense getting these pitchers out of jams and, lifting people up, getting people more confidence. And that's what sports are. If you got confidence, you're there in the big leagues for a reason. The people are, oh, well, no. One thing, the main thing in big leagues is confidence. And you can't say stuff. If you ain't got no stuff, then whoever's called him to the big leagues needs to be fired. Some bitch got stuff. Now between the ears is different. Like, does Max Scherzer have the best stuff in baseball? I think DeGrom or Strasburg, to me, I think has the best stuff. Or then you got Castillo's stuff. I think Strasburg has the balls of a damn walrus.
These nuts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's separate?
He's
Like, you know what
got
I'm
these
saying?
nuts. He's got the golden
I,
these nuts.
bro, if you watch his games, he's not sitting there trying to do all this, and he's like this. Look, I'm going 8. Wham. Kershaw, I'm going 8. I'm coming at you. DeGrom, I'm going 8. Boom. The other guys who don't go 8, trying to do all this other. The other guys like, look, man, look, I and again, it's hard to go 8 in the big leagues. Them dudes up there got making money trying to smack the hell out that ball too. But it's like, when you just have that over determination, like, I'm gonna get this ball by you, you do it. And Scherzer, every time he throws that fastball, you can see when he just if it's 2-2, 7th inning, you're getting a fastball. It's gonna be 96. It's gonna be 96 plus. It's not gonna be 93. It's not gonna be a cutter. It's gonna be 96 plus, and it's gonna be belt high, and it's gonna be hot. That shit's coming hot. And but see, that's why he is a Hall of Famer. That's why Verlander is a Hall of Famer. Greinke, they're coming after you. They're not playing around. Greinke's our Maddox, our day's Maddox. How does he have such longevity? Because he ain't fooling around with all this stuff. He's like, look, it's strike 1, strike 2, ball 1, you're out. 1-0, okay, you're out. Like, get out, man. I gotta go. But that comes with confidence.
2 guys that you just named, Max Scherzer and Zach Greinke. So what's going on in my mind right now as you're talking is I'm thinking about the pies to the face. I'm thinking about the pictures that you said that kids probably have in their house of when they got the pies to the face. I'm thinking about the baseball card that you're on with the pie and you're just looking jacked holding it. Not thrown just yet. And then I'm thinking about, that takes me to Max Scherzer, where the Nationals, they did the chocolate syrup. You definitely had some sort of influence on that with being fun with the post game. And then I'm thinking
Exactly.
about Zach Greinke, when you played with on the Diamondbacks, you brought the pies back. But now how baseball works is that everything's corporate and everything has to be turned into dollars. Like you said, if it's not making money, even though it's fun, then people aren't gonna want to do it. But the pies they got sponsored in Arizona, didn't they?
Yeah, they were getting
Yeah,
sponsored in Baltimore by a company, Dangerous Delicious, because we were doing
eventually.
Barbasol. Barbasol is disgusting. Like, this is like, if you shave,
Oh,
Barbasol is
dude,
disgusting.
yeah,
I got
forget
pie.
that.
I got pie with Barbasol. That shit's disgusting. But company Dangerous Delicious started bringing pies, and they would bring a cherry pie or banana cream pie, and they say, look, here's 2 pies to pie, and then they'd bring in a fun pie. And they were like, so one day they called Markakis and was like, what kind of pie? He likes Kit Kats. They made a Kit Kat pie. I like Snickers. They made a
Ooh,
Snickers pie. They'll make all kinds. They make apple pies. They
dude,
make
I'd be
all
eating that
kind of
off the
pies.
ground.
Oh, dude! So it was amazing. So every day they would bring in at least 2 pies for sure, and those were to pie people. But most days they'd bring in 4, and they would just. But look, every time I'd pie somebody, their stamp was always there. It just some odd reason their stamp was because they would zoom in and you see Dangerous Delicious, and they were like, dude, they brought so much publicity to us that people didn't even know. Because if you go into Dangerous Delicious, you're gonna be like, where the hell am I at? You don't think Marilyn Manson's somewhere over there on the wall, over there hanging out in the corner? Because it's more of the gothic type restaurant. But they make amazing pastries, desserts, cakes, breakfast. Oh, and I just found them one time and was like, what the hell? And it was just like a match made in heaven. And we had such a great relationship for the 4 or 5 years we were able to work together. And then when it stopped, it kind of sucked. They would still bring in pies, but they wouldn't bring in as many because they knew we couldn't pie them. They just did that, I think, on the strength and the love. And when we came out to Arizona, a company, I was just tweeting like, I'm looking for some pies, and a company would out here would give us, I forgot the name of it though. Damn, in Arizona. I forgot the name of it, but they were amazing and they were fluffy. Oh, but they would give me like 8 like for a homestand. They would give me a boatload for a homestand, and just I'd keep them in the fridge. I'd keep the ones to pie and I keep the ones to eat. And like so the chefs in there knew like after a game they were like on it. They'd be like, oh no, I got the pie ready for you. Just like so like I can't because Arizona's locker room was a little further, so I had to go up there. They had it ready for me. So whack. And it just brings everybody together. Like who doesn't like that? Like, you know what I mean? Again, it's great. Like you have a great game. Like you can watch this shit off. You're about to take a shower anyway. Watch this shit off,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
can watch it off. You can watch it off in 3 minutes. You know what I mean? But again, they might want to do an interview with this stuff on. But you can wash all this stuff off. You're not going home like that. It's not like if I did
Yeah.
it to somebody. If I went to the mall and smack somebody with a pie, then damn, like whatever they had, whatever plans they had going on is completely ruined. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I made sure that like I just had fun. It's all about camaraderie and bringing everybody together. And I think that's one thing I did well. And I took that to Japan. I brought that team together. I brought guys together. I gave guys confidence because like look, I've been through every single thing all you guys because I'm the oldest one here. I've been through all this. I've been through slumps. I've been through, if you got things going on away from baseball, you know what I mean? I've been through all sorts of things. If you're not fielding the ball well, if you're not seeing the ball well, just if you're not feeling good, if you're tired, if this hurts, how you met. I've been through every single thing in the game. So it's like being able to pass that knowledge on is something that I think is vital for especially the older guys getting out the game. And I think with the Players Alliance, they're doing that, which is amazing. But I think that needs to be just done more and more and more because the previous generation taught us how to be professionals. And then we grew, and again, that previous, again, but I can only speak on the previous generation. And it's our obligation because it's harder now with how social media has just raised everybody. It's hard to, sometimes pass that knowledge because they can see something different and see a different opinion from somebody else right here, opposed to like hearing this knowledge day to day. You know what I mean? So I think it's vital that the older guys continue to pass along the knowledge of how to be a professional and how to manage his life because it happens quick and it can swallow you up. And you always hear stories, and no matter what, it's always going to happen of guys that made a lot of money and lost a lot of money because of this and because of that and because of this. And, like just see with the Calvin Ridley thing, that's unfortunate, but the rules are the rules. You can't bet on your own sport. And like Shannon Sharp said it best, you bet what 1,500 or 11,000, whatever, for 11 million. I don't give a damn if I'm 100%. I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. But again, like these are things that like, who's talking to this young man? I don't know. I don't know him. But like again, these are at the end of the day, we're still grown men. We can make our decisions. I can get all the advice in the world. And like my financial advisor should be like, look at this is how you're going. I can be like, man, kiss my ass. Sit in the wire and buy this $12 million house because I'm a jackass. You know what I mean? I can still override whatever, but there has to be something in there that's like, look at them. This is just not. It's not smart. And the previous generation taught that to us. Again, people are still going to be stupid and make mistakes, no matter how smart or you think you are, or whatever, how wealthy or whatever. But it's still, I think our due diligence as the older generation, just to be able to have those talks with them and just pass the knowledge along. Again, you do it how you do it, but as long as I said my damn piece, that's the rest on your ass.
Yo, and you said it best yourself. It's about passing down that knowledge, and you were that bridge to that gap of kind of the old school baseball to new school. You start out getting banned wearing fun cleats to going to wearing Air Monarch Homer Simpsons. You know what I mean?
You
Like
feel
who would
me?
have thought
You
that
feel
was
me?
eventually gonna dude those yeah. I love
Dude,
those,
that's
man. Those are so
personality, and
cool.
that's personality. And then now look at it. People like started to wear the Monarchs, thinking it's fashion. And then you got Balenciaga, Gucci, and all these big companies making them big, ugly ass shoes. And people buy the hell out of them because they got Balenciaga on. I've seen Kevin Hart wear them. I've seen Kylie Jenner wear them. I've seen whatever, just some star wearing them. Man, ooh, I gotta have it. I seen Justin Bieber wear them. Ooh, he got it. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
Well,
I
Justin Bieber
gotta
got.
have it.
Ooh, I gotta have it. Okay, well, Justin Bieber got like money you can't spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, I still haven't found the any sort of like variation of the Air Monarchs in person because you had some pretty cool ones. You had the black with like the neon and a couple
Yep.
other cool ones.
I got them in my car in my garage here too, and I'm like, I was looking at them like, I put these on and wore them in batting practice like a jackass. But then I get to Arizona, and Kevin Crone uses them normally as his batting practice shoes. And I'm like, this is awesome. And then I'm in Japan, and some kids like I don't know if I think he's about 12, and he had some on. I'm like, oh man, because he's 12 wearing Monarchs. You're not supposed to
Yo,
wear
you had
Monarchs.
sandals that were 12 years old.
I had sandals as 12 years old too. Yep. There's some, I don't know where they're at. Those things I was slip. I started to slip in the shower and shit because the things started to get all yeah. If it was too slippery, they had no sole. But I didn't want to change because they were wide for my feet and just fit perfect.
Yo, I love you as a ball player and like more importantly as a person and as a dad and using that example of the Balenciaga shoes and everything and all the fancy stuff. Can you tell us or tell everybody what you tell your kids when it comes to that type of stuff and just shirts and spending money? Because I wish more people thought this way.
Well, I mean, it's with you got to tell them the truth first and foremost, and they know that we are successful. It's not a secret. So I just basically just try to tell them and be honest that look at we have money, but we use it for certain things. You can't just walk into a store and say I want something, I want something, I want something. That's not how it works. Okay, we get you things when we want to. You have birthdays, you have good grades, you're getting good grades, you get a test. Hey, we can go out and get something. We can, you can get yourself a new toy. My sons want they like various toys. Okay, you got 100% of your test. Of course, you're rewarded for great things. But just because we have it doesn't mean you're gonna get it. And I tell them I earned it. It's mine. Okay, I'm deciding to share with you because they'd be like, "You never want to share with me." I said, "You live in my house, don't you?" And they just okay, you know. But I'm real with my kids because you know with this video games and all that stuff like Roblox and all these the metaverse and all that kind of stuff. They're in these games like, oh man, I'm rich. I got a house. I got a mansion, man. Look, I got a Lamborghini. I got a Bugatti. Look at my house. Like, and these are video games. And these are 6 and 8 year olds talking like this. Now, times that by the millions of 6 and 8 year olds of doing this, and then go to the 10 to 12 year olds. Like, you know what I mean? And then the 15 to 16 year olds. And then you got the grown ass men who are in these chat rooms. That's who you really got to freaking watch out for. You know what I mean? So it's like,
God.
exact. So it's a
So this is what
whole
I have to look
whole
forward
nother
to as a
one hundred
dad.
percent. Dog, it's all connected
Jesus
because
Christ.
when we were kids, only our interaction with adults was either at a park, a store. You know what I mean? We didn't have interaction through social media. And then when AOL started, that's when chat rooms started. Remember those chat rooms back in the day? You can find yourself in some crazy ass chat rooms,
Yeah.
and
Hey, yo, the
that's what I
way
learned.
messages and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Black Planet and all that kind of stuff. Dude, I remember MySpace. I remember all those kind of things. And I'm like, well, yeah, dude, like it takes us back. And it's like now it is at the fingertips of these kids through our iPads. So I'm like, nah, man, nah, So you got to monitor it first off. And I just tell them the truth that
So they got a Lamborghini in the
in a video
video
game.
game or meta world?
Exactly. But I personally have owned ones and they've been alive for it and they know about it. So they're like, well, I got one in a video game. So they think they're rich in the video game. That's fine. It's a video game. But like in real life, like I don't have it anymore because the damn thing is amazing. But I drove it as my dream car.
Ah.
Don't need it.
Wait, what do you got now? Do you have
Man,
the Raptor? Do you have the Raptor? Ford Raptor?
The Raptor's still here. Raptor's not left.
Okay.
Yeah, the Raptor's
Okay.
still here. Just hit 50,000 miles and it's almost 10 years old. It's a beautiful, beautiful truck. So I just try to tell them like, okay, uh, we can go buy that, but do we need that? And my wife is very good at that too. It's like, man, we don't need that, man. We don't need that. But again, we have nice things. We take nice trips. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not like we just sitting here walking around in Versace robes and Versace shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
people
that'd be
do that.
funny.
But people
Yeah,
do
which is
that
crazy when you think about it.
and don't people do that and don't have as much. And I'm like, look, if we want to keep this, I want you guys to have this great life for a long, long time. I want you and your kids to have this great life, like, and your kids. I want to create a legacy, and my wife's family has a legacy, and I want to my side of the family with my brothers, my cousins, my nephews. I want a legacy for my side of the family, and if I spend it all on my damn self and my kids, I ain't gonna have that. So it's like, I'm trying to have a legacy with the whole family and do businesses and stuff like that that sets my kids up for the future rather than just like instant gratification. Here's a new toy. I got a freaking closet full of toys, on shelves and all that shit, and I want to get rid of all of it. So if anybody knows, come get this shit. They don't play with none of it anymore. I want this. I want this. They don't play with none of it. But that's parenting. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, no, I know exactly what
any
you're
parent in
talking
the
about.
world. You buy something, kid don't give a shit about this. Boom. They don't want no. So like for gifts, they're like, you want a gift or toy? They're like, no, I want Robux, because in the metaverse you can buy shit with this Robux. You can buy Gucci outfits, Gucci hats, Louis Vuitton stuff, but you're paying 3,000 real money in your video game.
Oh,
Because
jeez.
the theory behind, I guess the theory behind it is like, in real life you want to look good, so I guess in the metaverse you want to look good. Metaverse look good. I'll be naked in the metaverse.
Yo, have you seen any of the metaverse horse racing? I'm not into it all too much, but I
No.
I saw this and people are throwing thousands of dollars and it's just like 2D, 3D, so you can watch these dots go up lines, the horses in individual lines, or you could watch the shittiest graphic horses racing up it. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong with the real life horse
It's
racing? Like,
I mean, but so
like
like
it,
that's why like financial people are skeptical. It's like, well, what is going to be when it gets saturated? What it's like. So it's just because it's always real versus reality. I mean, versus fake. And it's like, I bought a $3,000 Gucci bag in real life. I can hold it. I can damage it. I can take it to the store. Someone can compliment me on it. In the metaverse, in a virtual game where I'm sitting down at home physically, but I'm in this verse, someone texts me, nice, kiss my ass. That's just me. Again, it's going to make people tons of money. But again, I think it's a cool idea at the same time. Me personally, I don't care for that kind of thing, but my kids are interested in it. I'm not going to take away their interest, but I'm going to learn about it, because if there's a monetary way to learn about it, if my kids playing this game all the damn time, well, hell, you might as well learn about it. Like these kids on YouTube channels and all that kind of stuff. I tell my sons, you're paying this kid money every time you watch it. You're giving him money. Why don't you do it yourself? I'll videotape you. I ain't got nothing to do. I'll videotape you. You want some gifts? I can call Mattel and ask them if they want to sponsor some gifts. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying? You can figure something out. But like, you're paying this guy every time you watch his show. You're giving him money. Think about that. So when he's like, "Oh, he's giving us money," you're paying him.
Yeah, always at the end of the day. Yo, you know what you can't get in the metaverse?
Mm.
Bomb ass breakfast that you make. Yeah.
No, you can't get
Yeah,
that.
those the
I
kids are
can't. I
getting
can't.
the
I can
breakfast
make it.
special.
I probably can make it in the metaverse, but I can't taste it for real.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
your kids are getting the treatment. I saw that
yeah.
what was that man Bill
Some I
Withers or
made
the Happy Place
yeah,
video, man?
exactly. I
Yeah.
made some sausage, bacon, and eggs, and some pancakes. You know what I'm saying? That's some of my nephews over, and nephew and niece over. So I could whip it up in the kitchen for a little bit for some breakfast. You know what I mean? Just trying
Yo,
to be
you got to
well
get a
rounded and
show, man. That would be so
pull my weight.
sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it takes time. It takes work, and I just been on a schedule for so long. I was like, I don't want to be on the schedule. I don't want to be on nobody. I don't want nobody to be like, yeah, well, okay, I gotta go somewhere. I like. I rather just be like free. Okay, look, I'll do some next week. Okay, cool. But it's gonna be a time. But again, I'm gonna take some time to myself personally. But there's gonna be a time where I'm gonna just be like, okay, well, I just can't wake up every morning and just do this. So I picked up golf. I've golfed a little bit over the years, but I've like really, really started playing now. And there's gonna be a time where I want to work in a capacity of either organization or for front office or MLB, PA, or in some capacity somewhere, and or TV. But I think I'm just gonna give it a little bit of time because I've been on a baseball schedule since I was like 15, and I'm tired of that shit.
No, dude, I could only imagine, man. After all these times and playing in different countries, and One of the things, so you're saying all this stuff, it's just so awesome to hear because obviously you're a great dad, and then like I also give you so much credit. You're just a great husband, and because on the scheduling side of things, you let your wife on the off days when you were playing to plan everything out, and no matter what, like you'd always show up, you'd be in support. Dude, it's your off day. Sometimes people don't even leave their hotel on their off day during the baseball season,
Hmm.
or leave their bed, and I just love that about you too, man. Like you want to do something fun. All right, let's do it.
Well, because the season is so long, and that again, the focus is in. I think all the wives, all the girlfriends, and girlfriends to be wives, they understand that. Okay, well, the focus has to be on baseball. This is the job. It's the occupation. It's very tough. I mean, again, if things don't align, I play bad. I can be in the minors. We all want to be in the majors. So I think most of the girlfriends, I mean, most of them, yeah, I can say most because some of them crazy as hell. Most of them, especially my wife, she was very supportive and just said, "Look, man, like, especially once we had kids, it's like, look, do what you need to do for the game and all that kind of stuff, and just like, look, I got the kids, just do what you need to do for the game, and then and when you can, offer something, do it. Off days, I just told her like, okay, whatever you want to do on off day, I get it. And we always try to make Friday night date night, especially in Baltimore because we knew the restaurants, we knew where to go, we knew what open and closed. On the road, it's kind of tough because you never know what city you're in. Certain cities are open later than others, but in Baltimore, we can get out the game quicker. You don't have to go from take a bus and go to a hotel and then go somewhere. We can just leave right at the stadium. And it was just, I think, vital for our relationship because we were able to keep that spark and still be able to um, to still have our normal relationship, opposed to just we're parents now. It's like no, we're still husband and wife. We still can go out and we still can have dinner and drinks and enjoy ourselves. And we have a great support system. Again, money helps when certain things like that, and yeah, money helps with this. But we have a good support system with our in law, with her parents and her family, and especially while in Baltimore, being so local, that it enabled us, enabled her to come on the road for a weekend trip. If we went on a weekend trip, or generally it's smarter, and wives are going to learn this. It's smarter when your kids are in school. Take trips during the week because uh, Saturday and Sunday you got to figure things out to do. The week,
Hmm.
wake them up, feed them. You got 6-7 hours, and then you got to pick them up, and then okay, a couple hours bed. So she always tried to find just trips in between, and we had the resources and we made it work. Like we wanted to see each other all the time, and we made it work. And she was able to go to. I think she said she missed two ballparks. She's been to 28 ballparks, 27
Okay.
ballparks, 20. I think
Wow.
29 actually, 29 ballparks. And
Wow.
St. Louis is the only one she hasn't been to. And like
Sign of one
for
day.
I'm saying for a woman, for a woman, and it's no offense against women or anything like that, but how many wives, girlfriends have done that? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Doesn't
Hmm.
matter,
No,
how long it's
that's
been, but
crazy.
like
Great support.
because yeah, because and she supported me, and and like you said, going to Japan, she was the biggest support system with going to Japan because again, me, the ego, no, I need to be in the major leagues, man. What are you talking about? I'm a major leaguer. Just like, look at yeah, same. Okay, you go. They ain't calling you. Japan is calling you. Take your ass to Japan and
They
let's go
call me
enjoy.
Japan.
Let's go enjoy Japan. And and then we went there and we had a great time. It was tough at first for me, the adjustment and all that kind of stuff when I'm used to, and but then once I just got the grasp that they're a lot different and crazy as hell, I just was like, okay, look, let me just get a grasp of it, and we had a great 2 years. I think as a family, our team was terrible in 2020. We had a great year in 2021. So it was really good to if I'm riding off in that, it was really good ending. And my family was right there, front and center. And that's what I think sports is about. You see some of the greatest pictures of players in their careers, their family is right there. And I think one of the best pictures of my career, my wife and two kids are right there with the biggest smiles on their face.
Oh man. All right. There's two different ways that I want to take this. First, I guess I'll go with this, and I'll throw the Japan stuff at you. But the 4th of July that you had off, it took however many years of your life to actually have a 4th of July off and no baseball, and you guys are out on the water. That was so cool, and that was crazy too. Like I was walking around Whole Foods and I saw Justin Wilson there, and like in the distance, And I said to Becca, because we were just grocery shopping at Whole Foods, of course. But I was like, dude, I think that's Justin over there. And she's like, oh, is it? I'm like, nah, it can't be. The Mets probably have a game today. Like, it can't be him. And then like he shot me a DM later on that night, or we went back and forth, and it was him. But like, you know me, I'm the type of dude who go up, talk to anybody, say what's up. But I just didn't, it because it was in the distance, and I said to myself, "There's no way it could be him because it's the 4th of July, 1 o'clock. He's not picking up burgers and dogs right now." But so like you said, dude, off days on a holiday like that, man, you're making the
I
most
don't.
of it. You're out on the water, you're having
That,
fun. It rarely happens.
but I don't need that day off, and probably going forward, I'm gonna have that day off. Uh, Me in Holland, without the both our families, I got hammered. It was hot. I mean, the weather was great. It was starting to get. It was hot on the lake. I jumped in the water. I was in it, but it was just hot. It was hammered. Then I went to a party, a birthday party, a kid's birthday party afterwards. Hammered. And I got a picture. I don't know if I posted it, but I probably did. I'm sitting on my boy's lawn, just hammered. My wife's like, "What are you
Oh, next
doing?"
to
I'm
the
like,
golf ball? Yeah.
"Yeah."
Yeah, you posted that.
And my wife sitting there, and she's like, "We're just mad." I'm like, "Look, okay, look, it's my Fourth of July. This just shows I need to keep playing baseball." And she's like, "Okay, keep playing." Yeah. Oh, I was hammered. I shouldn't have went to the kids. The kids party put me over. I
Dude,
had a
those are always curveballs. You never know. And then
yeah.
next thing you show up and it's unlimited this and unlimited that, and
Yeah.
you're stumbling
I
home.
was I was highly intoxicated on the boat. I was hammered at the party.
Yeah, I don't know how
But
you're.
I didn't do nothing stupid. So I didn't do nothing
Yeah,
stupid. So and that's always good. I
touche.
throw it all over the table and drag the cake into the pool and stuff like that. Do none of that.
Or get seasick or throw up overboard, man. I've done that before. That's never a
I've
fun
done that
thing.
before. I've done that before too.
Yeah, I guess who
Yeah, I've done
hasn't?
it. Yeah, I've done that. I got tendencies to do all the dumb shit that you get like people. Oh man, you did that. Yeah, I have. Sorry.
Yeah,
Throw up in a
shit. Of
bar.
course I did.
Throw up in an Uber. Like yeah, throw up in a taxi. They get so pissed. Just get out. Here's your money. Run. Fuck you. Give me a 0 star. No stars.
If people just lose their mind over the fact that you put ketchup on tacos. Like, dude, what do you expect? You're from the
It's so
capital
good.
city of the world, man. Like, eventually, you're gonna
Uh,
put something different onto your tacos. You can't go your
It's
entire
so
life
good.
eating the same thing,
So
man.
good.
Switch it up.
It's so good. But then they're gonna tell me, how to eat that they eat crabs. I don't like crabs. Oh, why? Well, I don't like them. You don't like ketchup on you? Ew, that's that. Well, I mean, so you can have your opinion. I can have my opinion. Kiss my ass.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
dude.
going in my
Yes.
mouth. You eating your food. I don't complain. When people post food, I don't. I just be like, I either like it or say that's delicious. I don't never be like that shit look dry. Never say that. Or like you post this.
And
You
there's
post a
probably so
steak.
many
Oh
times that you
man.
could, but you don't.
Oh, oh, 100 every day. Oh, people post a steak. I post a steak. Oh, they could have used a little minute longer. Motherfucker, this is how I want to eat my steak. Like, I'm trying to eat my steak this way. You know what I mean? Don't confuse me with all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yo, so was your bat handle for Players Weekend when you had the taco on there? Was the bat handle hot
Yeah.
sauce or was it actually ketchup? That's what I want to know.
Uh,
Was that ketchup
it's
instead of hot sauce?
it'd be. It,
'Cause I
I
think it
would
could have
go
been
with I would go with taco sauce. I would say taco
taco
salsa.
sauce.
Yeah, taco salsa. Taco salsa.
Sticking on, I guess, kind of the food and the Japan stuff and experiences and being with your family, you had the chance to revamp yourself. You go over to Japan. You spend 2 awesome years there. You said that the first month was just absolutely crazy, overwhelming. I mean, you're at a restaurant and dudes are having you sign their shirt that has stains all over it. I love that you put a smiley face underneath your signature too. They're signing cell phones, yeah, dude, I was cracking up right on the nipple.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like all this stuff is like the first month was nuts, man, like extremely overwhelming. And then COVID hit, but that gave you and your family an experience and a chance to go travel and see all these other like crazy places of the world.
Yeah, it was way cooler because we got time off. We got time to just you know, we obviously had practice in the morning, but then we had time to just go travel. Me and my wife we had time to go every day for 3 months, really. We had time to just go have lunch anywhere we wanted to, even if it was in Kyoto, Nara, Kobe, Osaka. These are, I mean, just the surrounding cities, and like we had the access to just go try something new every single day, and to have that access is just unbelievable. And we were still getting paid. So over in America, they weren't getting paid. Over there, we're still getting paid. So it's like, well, I mean, we still can do something. We're not strapped for cash. We still can do something. And we just be able to just go out and just, go out on more dates and go out and just be together more. And especially as a family, again, we've had, being here in America, we've had in-laws, nannies, babysitters, and all that kind of help. Over there, it was us. But we ended up finding help with a house cleaner and a nanny over there also. For times that we want to go out on a date night, times that if we want to go and do certain things, just me and her. So, I mean, I think just the resources had to create that ability. And, as you're still young, so you still need to keep that flame going. You still need to be connected with your wife and your spouse or your girlfriend, and you still need to grow together because, again, you're going to, if you plan on getting old together, I mean, you gotta continue to enjoy these moments because once you stop, and especially our career paths, we're playing baseball has afforded us to live our lives a little bit faster. So we're living the lives of retired people, and not if I'm not playing no more. So we're living that life of like, okay, well, let's go on vacation 3 times a year, 4 times a year, 5 times a year, every month because we can. You know what I mean? And they were young because it's going to come, especially the next couple of years, it's going to come a point where our kids are into sports so deep, and then they're in high school where, okay, those 6, 7 years are just focused on being in one place, being home. We still have the resources to go and travel, but our kids, so we have to be trapped down. And then they go to college, and then it opens back up, and then we're still young and still be able to do that, but we still had to built all that kind of stuff up. So, I've seen some players just when their kids get to college say, I've already traveled and seen the world. I got 4 years of my college with my kid. This is his last years of his sports. I'm gonna travel everywhere he goes because they got the funds to do it because that kind of stuff is expensive. So there's all different things that we want to do, and I think it's just open book. And one morning we woke up thinking, okay, let's go to Aspen. The next morning I said, let's just go to Paris. Which one sounds better? Ask your wife, Aspen or Paris. You can't really decide me, but to me, Aspen being in Phoenix, Aspen's an hour and a half north. Paris is just like so far and dreamy. So where do you think I'm going?
Paris.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
2 days.
The last
Why?
time you're in Paris, you sent a bunch of postcards. Are you going to end up doing that again?
Like a jackass. That was the first time I went to Paris. That was like
First
2011.
time,
And someone tweeted me a story about that whole story, and it was like that was one of the coolest things because, and just thinking back, like, see something like that. Did I have to do that?
No, but you did. You're a fun dude.
Like, why not? Like, dude, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't sleep. So like, I'm in Paris. I'm 20. Was 2011. I'm 25. So I'm like, yeah, let's have some fun. Next time I got engaged, and we're going back with our family now. So it's like when we went the first time, my wife was just pregnant. Now this time, got 2 kids that is 6 and 8. So, it's just like these are just things like you want to live your life, and I guess baseball has afforded me this just these experiences, and I mean, I don't think that you just have to have a lot of money to be able to go on these experiences because again, there's budgets for everything. That's why there's on a 300-seat plane. That's why there's 260 coach seats. Okay, because they want to make sure that the masses of people, the majority of people, can afford to go to these places. So I just think that just the traveling has just opened our minds, my mind, and my wife started a travel company, Access Travel.
Yes. I was about to
And
actually just say, where's the best place where you could go to put together a travel trip?
Access Travel.
Yeah,
And
baby.
I mean, she's so busy. I'm like frustrated, like, dang, let's go do something. She's like, I gotta do something. I respect it because again, she's given me so much of her sacrifice, basically sacrificed so much for me and the kids that it's her turn to thrive. And hey, you want to do something? Go do it. I mean, I'm like full support of her, and I'm trying to tell all my friends and my friends' friends, and when I'm on any sort of publication, hey man, you guys want to travel, see the world, because people know that as my personality is like he's over here, he's over here, he's posted here, he's eating food here, and people know that, and they like to see that international side, opposed to just like, I'm in Miami. Okay, I'm in Vegas. Okay, we've seen Prime 112 a lot. We've seen New York restaurants. We've seen Chicago. How many people have seen the Maldives beside that? But that people know. Like you can look and see people, and you can type in Maldives and see tons of pictures. But someone you actually know and connect with, or follow, or support, whatever, through various ways. And you know, when we went out there, and I was posting like different things, my wife got like six inquiries about that, just from my posts. And again, my posts aren't my posts. The people that got money in my posts are the athletes I follow. The majority of my posts are the fans, and they're not going to be able to stay at the Waldorf Astoria that's charging you. I don't even know what it cost, and I didn't even look at the bill, or I'd probably been mad. So,
Yo, but they could go kayaking.
but I'm saying they can
You guys are
go.
out there.
They they can still go. Is the point? They can still go. Thank you. They can still go. There's other places they can go, and there's other experiences they can go. Like we were in Kenya a couple of years ago, and there were some lady all by herself. Now is she meeting up with somebody? I don't know, but where she was flying, I wouldn't fly that way by myself. But she was there by herself. Like, you got to live. You're gonna die, so might as well live. That is a fact.
Hell yeah, dude! Like if you just stay at home, you're not gonna get that chance to go see lions. You're not gonna go
Right.
to go on a golf course, and you could have gone on a golf course in San Diego and seen the same stuff
Sure.
over and over, or you could go to a golf course in Costa Rica and see those really long-tailed, freaky looking animals that you
Oh
did. I
man, then
don't know
they
what
mess with
those
your
were, but
balls too. They mess with your balls. You go in Nevis, you go in all these different places. They just mess with your ball. Like, oh come on, man. Those are experiences. Those are cool things. And golfing in Hawaii. Like I think one of the cooler things is I'm able to give people recommendations for food also in all these places. It's not just like, oh yeah, just go. This is like, the Maldives are beautiful. Go. It's like, nah, Maldives are beautiful. Okay, this is where we did these restaurants where we ate, and like, here's some pictures and stuff. Give people visuals. They're like, that looks good. I'm like, okay.
Before we did this, I know we were messaging back and forth, and I had said something like not trying to come off all soft or anything, but I was just saying how just so happy I am for you and for your family to be able to experience everything and experience all the travel. Because when you really think about it, going back to the beginning of this, dude, you started selling candy in your neighborhood just to get money for you, for your friends, to play sports, and now here you are blessed with this life off of hard work. Everything that you have, you earned and you deserve. So
Mhm.
just that the fact that you've stayed so level headed throughout this entire time, and you're again getting to experience all this stuff with your family and not spoiling them, but just like letting them know, like, hey, this is how daddy did it if you want to do it, and we're gonna have some fun. That is just so cool. And the amount that you support your wife with the travel company, man, like you're just as big of a supporter for her as she was during your baseball career. And
Exactly.
again, I know that we're both like fun dudes, and I said that like not coming off all soft, but just genuinely happy for what you've been able to do.
I appreciate it, man, greatly. I mean, it just, again, it comes from family, and my family's held me down, from my parents to my brothers, my cousins. They've, just the people in my circle just always held me down, as opposed to, let me be free and crazy and all that kind of stuff. They always let me know, they're looking, man, you got a bigger goal, you got objectives, but this is where you're from, know where you're from, and just go again, work and hustle. And I think, it's easy for somebody to say that, coming in the hood, growing up in the hood, it's easy for somebody to be like, oh man, you work hard, you'll get out of it. Easy. Just work hard and get out of it. It's easy for somebody in the hood to say that to somebody else in the hood. I think once I really got to play scout ball, and like, where I played scout ball team. My first scout ball team was Oakland A's, but wearing professional team stuff, wearing the professional team's hat, seeing the head scouts of these scout balls, like them being like in their professional uniforms, other scouts coming in these scout leagues, and like, it's cool when the scouts come to your game in high school, like their attention, but when you're like, and they got you in their uniforms, then I start to realize, like, well, let me not mess this up by doing stupid shit around, like, off, like, in life. Let me not, because I'm 15, like, and this is the perfect age for me to start doing stupid shit. The perfect age, prime age. And I just was like, you know what? Let me just go this way. And let me just, I like baseball. I'm start really loving baseball. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting bigger. Let me go this way. And I never, when it came to baseball, I just never stopped. And I put my head down and just played, and it worked out.
Big time, and I haven't even mentioned the fact that the amount that you give back through bat, you give back through the Players Alliance. There's so many different things that you do, and so many fun events that you've been able to put on to raise money for charity and for foundations. And even when you started the Heckle D's podcast, I can't Heckle D's. Can't believe I just said that. Seriously, the Heckle D's podcast with your brother-in-law who's now a lawyer, so that's a
Right.
good person to have in your corner. But you have guys on like Cedric Mullins, and yeah, sure, it's conversations chill, but you're giving him advice. It just seems like you're always giving back, and that's hard to do when you always have somebody asking you for something, no matter what. There's always going to be somebody asking you for something, but you
Yeah.
always find a way to give back. It's amazing.
I mean, advice is free. I give you that. I give anybody advice. Anybody want it. Now, is it going to be the best? Depends on the situation and the question or in the advice. I can give good advice for some sort of home decor. I can't give advice on how to do it or anything. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but it goes. It just again, when it comes to charities and things like that, it's just like I'm glad I don't have a personal charity because it would lock me into a few things. You know what I mean? Like most people start charity for a reason, like and which are fantastic reasons. Anthony Rizzo has his cancer foundation, and other people have home for homeless kids and for domestic violence, which I think is great. I like to just be able to just be like, look, well, and this is an event. It's something like if my wife brings me an event that's passionate about, or some friends like, look, I'm passionate about this event. Okay, I'm for that event. Like I can go for that event, like Big Poppy, that's helping kids with hearts. I'm not going to be on his board, but I can definitely help financially. I can help awareness. I can help this over here. So it's not like I'm putting my resources in one bucket, and I just want to spread it out. Because I think if you just start spreading out, especially if you can, help out some of the youth, spread out with some of these little leagues that are underfunded, and I think sometimes when you don't realize it to some of the people that have made a lot of money, sometimes $1,000 to us is not that much. But to others, it's a lot. Sometimes, again, you can even go more. Sometimes 10,000 to us still money, but sometimes it's when we know it's like, look, 10,000 is about to send this entire team for a week to this. That 10,000 is nothing, because the impact, and that's how I think a lot of my philanthropy has been done because I just can't tie into one thing. I think there's just so many things that I think need help and I would like to help in and I feel passionate about, and that things that have affected either myself, friends or friends of friends, families. So it's like, why tie myself into one thing? I can help out this one day, that the next day, and that the next day.
And something that you can't even put a monetary value on is how you give away often your cleats and your batting gloves and your bats. Dude, who knows what type of person or boy or girl gets these bats. Next thing you know, they're taking batting practice in the cage. Then they become a high school player, maybe even college player, maybe even professional, or they
Mm-hmm.
get these cleats and who knows if they could go on the shelves or maybe they'll actually wear them for themselves because they need a pair of cleats to play in. But dude, you give back so much even on that side of things when it comes to your own memorabilia, and you've done it pretty much your entire career, dude. It's so awesome.
For sure. I mean, it means more to them than it would to me. I have, I mean, throughout the years, Nike's made me, I mean, each year, about 8, no, 9 years, I would say it was about, I mean, 50 shoes a year. I mean, home roads, alternates, turfs every year. I mean, how many can I wear? Damn. I can't go through all of them. I mean, unless I wore a new pair, every series, but I can't go through all of them. So I would give them to the minor leaguers. I would give them to friends, high schools, friends who need them who had the same color, kids who had the same shoes. But I kept one of every single one of my cleats. Every year I have a home, a road, and an alternate. So I have every single one of mine, personal collection. But the rest of them, I got maybe a few hanging around somewhere. But for the majority, hell no, I don't need them. I ain't putting my feet back in these damn cleats, so I don't need them. And I was just a couple years ago when I was moving, I was able to have all of them in one place, and I was able to get rid of all of them, which all the
Wow.
extras that I knew I would never wear. And some kid, you might see some kids from the Giants. rocking them, and
That's what I'm
hey,
saying. It's
it is
just
what
like
it
you're
is.
spreading the love like crazy. It's awesome. Not many people are doing
Big
that. And
time.
so I guess from your baseball career, what have you kept for yourself? Like
I
I know
mean,
you said that you
cleats.
keep
Oh
one
yeah, for
one
sure.
pair of each, the
One pair
cleats.
of each cleats. I mean, I got important jerseys, signed jerseys from other players, important bats, signed bats from other players, signed balls from majority signed balls are from pitchers that I have. I mean, I got a few Palmer gauntlet balls with all the statistics. I got some Hall of Famers for sure. I got Hank Aaron. Um, I got a pretty cool collection of things, and I'm just waiting to, again, it's like when you're playing baseball, so many things are going on. And I think once everything just settles down, I'm gonna display it all because I've been able to organize it over the last year, and I'm just gonna be able to be able to display it in the proper way because I want my All Star jerseys hung up. I got my All Star cleats. Like those are things that like just cool mementos, and then I gotta have my boys up also. So it's gonna be a fun project putting that up, and you know, I got some really cool things, and it's gonna suck. It's like, who do I leave out? Who do I leave out? Because I'm looking right now. I got a Ronaldo jersey. I mean, he's the most popular guy in social media in the entire world. Do I leave him out? Got to
You
have
might have to.
Ronaldo, right?
Yeah, but who knows, man? You got a lot of boys. You gotta show them some love too.
Exactly.
The dudes
Does
you know
Ronaldo go
personally and
over?
support.
Does Ronaldo go over Big Poppy or Chipper Jones?
Hell no,
Exactly.
no,
But
no,
if
no,
I was a
no.
soccer, if
You
I
could put
like
them in
soccer,
the throw
so
them in the metaverse.
exactly.
Give them to
So
one of these kids.
Ronaldo goes to my kids' room.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You know what I
So,
mean?
when Aaron Judge, I know you know this, but it's your
Mm-hmm.
jerseys is in the background of pretty much all of his videos that he puts up online. And I actually haven't even asked him this just yet, but was that a jersey swap?
No, he just asked for a jersey, and
Okay,
I have his
we need
jersey
jersey
also.
swaps
But
in baseball, but that's so cool. So
you,
he asked you
oh,
for
for
the
sure.
jersey.
Oh yeah, but players do it all the time. Say, hey man, I'm sending a jersey over. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, you're not gonna take your jersey off. NFL is different. You ain't gonna take your jersey off right there, but you do. They always, just ask for, hey man, can I get a jersey? Yeah, I'm gonna send you a jersey. Easy, because it's just a respect thing. And
Yep.
him being younger than me, obviously he's a superstar, but him being younger than me is just a respect thing. Come up to ask me, hey, can I get a jersey? Of course, man. You want a jersey? Of course, I'll send one over right after the game. You got it. And it's cool because he sees me as, again, a guy who has access. He's a star and he's with the Yankees. That means he has access to everybody. Just because it's the Yankees. And for me to be one of the few on his wall with with Trout and other various guys, like that's super dope.
Hell yeah. Yo, and shout out to Billy Manzo too for doing a lot of the organizing of some of your stuff too. I know you got
Yeah,
you're fresh off of a huge autograph signing. What was the most popular
yeah,
item that you had in there? I would have to imagine that the World Baseball Classic
yeah.
2017 catch and the outfield photo has to be up there.
People like the WBC stuff, and I think that stuff is cool. Also, I mean, because it gives people time around the entire country to be able to send stuff in to people to get signed. That how many? I'm not gonna. If you live in Mobile, Alabama, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you're never gonna see me. If you live in, even if you live in, like, if you're a big baseball fan, you live in Atlanta, the chances are you're never going to see me. So these things just bring in, people that have memorabilia from, cards and all kind of things throughout the years. And again, you're not going to see these athletes. You're not going to see these players because they just blend into society so well. And you're able to just get your memorabilia signed, and I think and create engraved and inscribed. Again, you got to pay for it because if you ran into them, are you gonna have your card on you? Hell no. So, but it's just I think it just kind of bridges that gap of the signings at for a specific city. It's kind of like now, when you do this, like, okay, I get to sign for a region, I get to sign for the United States, I get to sign for the world if you have that damn reach. Again, if Ronaldo is doing a sign like that, it's coming from everywhere. If I'm doing it, it's coming from very specific places.
You get to sign for people who are moving to Chicago. I saw the
Yeah.
one fan had asked, "Where's a good place to get some food?"
Yeah, and you wait till you see the comment I put on that.
Yeah, these nuts. I was cracking up. I saw that on Billy's IG stories. Yeah, the day I get it, the day I get a man cave, I want something on the wall that says, "These nuts keep swinging." But dude, like that like how many times is that gonna happen, man? Like you're just creating so many fun experiences and like it's I just love everything about it, man. Like you're the man.
You gotta have fun, and look, that's a one of one. That dude is gonna always love that.
A one of one. Yeah.
I've never did that before. I've never wrote D's nuts on a because he asked what's the best place to go eat. I was D's nuts. That's the first thing that came to mind. I was, oh yeah, go to Chicago Cuts. You know, McCormick and Schmidt's pretty good. Yeah, go to Dick's, you know, last resort. So I'm like, no, it's D's nuts.
So where can everybody go on social media to follow you? Shoot out all your social media platforms.
Simply AJ10 on Instagram and on Twitter. And you know, again, I post a lot of different stuff. It'd be funny, some stuff controversy. I retweet a lot of things. But again, it's just opinions. You all have them. I don't boast my opinions crazily because nobody gives a rat's ass at the end of the day. But I keep things fun. I show my experiences with my family and various things. So I just share. I share a cool part of some cool things in my life.
Dude, my man, Adam Jones, thank you so much for your time. Sorry, I'm stumbling. My face actually hurts from smiling so much. But dude, we appreciate your time here on Keep Swinging, brother.
Anytime.